they run out of gas, and they stop, and apparently their plan was that they were going to find Herschel's farm, but they ran out of gas a bit too early. And Rick just goes out very angry. Just starts yelling, "This is all my fault. I fricked up bad. I'm not gonna... This is just terrible. I keep on making bad decisions. I thought we could make it, but now we're out of gas. We're screwed. We're fricked." And Michonne just yells at him and says, "You know what? Stop being so hard on yourself, man, alright? Okay? You just stop freaking out, okay? We understand it was a bad decision, but, you know, you're like the leader, right? You make all the decisions, and you're just really being torn apart right now, okay? Just calm down. Lack of confidence doesn't suit you, man." So she just calms him down, and he's like, "Thank you." So they're stuck there. They're not really sure what they're going to do. I guess they're thinking, we'll just travel on foot maybe if we can get to the farm in time. But then they hear something, turn around, hello? Two people on horses, one of them with wearing a hat. Well, I wonder who they could be. Frick. "Hey, Rick, it's Glenn. You're really not going to shoot me, are you?" So, yay! Glenn and Rick or Glenn and Maggie are back. Woohoo! So, they're on horses, and they say, "Hey, follow us. We found the farm a while ago. Come on, let's go." And Rick tells Maggie that her dad died, and she recalls that, the last time she saw him, Herschel pointed out that, "I can't shake the feeling that this is going to be the last time I'm ever going to see her." Very sad. So, they get back to the farm. Andrea, Dale, and the twins and Sophia are there. They're very happy to see them all. Maggie is very upset. Everyone's looking all scruffy, you know, beards and stuff. You know, everyone's a little winded from everything. So Maggie is still really fricked up because her mom died a while back. She doesn't recall Carol at all and actually calls Maggie her mother. She doesn't even remember Carol, so that isn't very good. That can't be healthy. But she's very happy to see Carl. Carl is like, "You don't even remember her? Like, she's not your real mom. Carol was." And so Carl's noticing that. Carl has been showing a lot of signs of, you know, growing up and stuff, and he's really dealing with the whole zombie situation a bit more than others, and Rick is kind of worried about that. They talk over, you know, like, you know, don't lose your kid years, you know, just lots of calming down in this one. So Rick gets outside and he's talking with Dale, and he just says, "You know what, I'm not going to be the leader anymore, right? I'm just going to follow you guys. I'm just going to be along for the ride. I made the decisions for a while, I called the shots, and that really just didn't do any good for us at all. We all got fricked up. So I'm not going to make the decisions anymore. I'm just a dude, I'm just a father, and with his son, and that's all I've got now." So that's not very good. And Dale talks over and says, "Dude, stop, you know, blaming yourself for Lori's death. It wasn't your fault." It's just Rick is still very fricked up and mourning over her death. And Rick walks over and he hears talking, and he turns around and Michonne is standing by a wall, and he's like, "Michonne, who are you talking to?" And no one was there. If you guys remember, Michonne has been talking with herself for a while now. We've seen her a couple times. Andrea noticed that. So now Rick has noticed it. So then Rick asks her, "Dude, who are you talking to?" And she says, "Nobody. I wasn't talking at all." And he says, "I saw you talking. All right, come on, no secrets." She says, "I was talking to my boyfriend, my dead boyfriend. I know it seems crazy, and I know I'm probably just imagining it, but he speaks to me, and I can hear him clear as day." And so that basically just comforts her. She's talking to her dead boyfriend, and you know, she knows he's dead, and she knows that he doesn't exist, but, you know, it just comforts her and keeps her going. Keeps her from being crazy. And Rick just stands there, and she says, "You think I'm crazy, don't you?" And he says, "Nope, I actually don't." Goes into his backpack and lifts up the phone from the from that house, and he tells her, if I pick up this phone, I will hear Lori clear as day, like as if she was right here, and I know she's dead, and I know I'm just imagining it, but it just seems like she's there, and, you know, keeps me comforting, too. So she says, "All right, so we're both crazy." "Yep, seems like it." So, you know, that's nice. The next day, they immediately wake up to a gunshot. Rick gets up, runs out, and Andrea is the sniper. She's like the lookout, and these three people these three new people just says, "Stop, don't move, or else we'll shoot you." So whoa. So there's this chick, this tan chick, and this other guy with a mullet, and this other tough-looking guy with this beard type thing, and he says, "Don't shoot at us, all right? We just came here for supplies," and they got guns too. So Rick runs down and points a gun at the dude, at these people too, and they talk over like, so what are we gonna do? And the tough guy kills a zombie that comes walking by and nearly takes out Glenn. So you know, Andrea just says, "That doesn't change anything, all right? Don't move or else we'll kill you, okay?" And they all argue, and the tough guy, his name is Sergeant Abraham Ford. He was a sergeant in the army at one point. So his name's Abraham. The chick is Rosita, and the guy with the mullet is Eugene. Eugene is a doctor, apparently. He's a scientist that worked in the government and stuff over, weaponized diseases, stuff like that. And apparently he knows how the whole thing started. And Rosita and Abraham are together. They like each other. So, the scientist dude knows how the whole zombie epidemic started, and he can stop it, apparently. So, they're just, Abraham and Rosita are just protecting him, trying to get him down to Washington, D.C., via vehicles, but, he has a transmitter to talk with them every once in a while, but doesn't use it a whole lot due to, conserving the battery juice. So that's weird. Come across a dude with a mullet and says, "Hey, I know how this whole thing started, and I can fix it if you get me down to DC." So immediately everyone just says, "How do we know you're how do we know you're not lying?" And Abraham just says, "I've been with this guy for a while, and I actually trust him. I trust him." So they all go. Some of them don't believe him. Some of them do. It's a weird situation. Andrea goes down and points a gun at him and says, "You know what? I don't believe you. Get the frick out of here now, or else I'm going to shoot you." And Abraham just grabs the gun out of her and hits her in the face and shoots a bullet. So that's weird. Why does he shoot a bullet up in the air? And he says, "You know what? No. Well, actually, while everyone was arguing, he points out, all right, we better get out of here, all right, before a herd comes up." And they say, "What's a herd?" So he shoots a bullet, and he says, "All right, that shot I just fired, every zombie within a couple mile radius is going to hear that shot and start heading over to this place. All the zombies are stupid, but when one is walking a particular direction, all the others will start following him. Even though they don't know where they're going to, they're just going to follow him. Eventually, all that builds up till a good couple hundred zombies in a group. Sometimes it's a couple hundred, sometimes it's a couple dozen, or sometimes it's a couple thousand. And he says they're bad frickin' news. Now, they could take days to get here, but they always follow you. So, it's not good. So, I'm just going to leave now. You guys aren't safe here at this farm. You could come with us and help us. Because, a herd can take you guys out easily. Dale immediately just yells at him and says, everyone's just arguing and stuff. He says, "I lost my family to a herd," and, and just everyone's having a huge argument. It's a very weird situation. Abraham freaks out all of a sudden when Dale yells at him about something, and he goes off and says, "You know what? I lost my entire family, and I had to shoot my little girl, alright? So just frick off, okay? I've lost people too, so don't frick with me." So they're all just having a huge argument, and Abraham calms down. Apparently, he just had a freak out there. That happens a lot sometimes. So, everyone's deciding, alright, well, you know what? We'll just come with you, okay? We're going to help you get this dude to Washington, D.C. So, Abraham goes out and takes a few zombies, like about a dozen zombies, and with a, so this guy's really tough. He knows how to take out zombies. He's pretty cool. And he says, "You know what? That'll just be that's the appetizer before the actual, meal of the zombies, alright? So we need to get out of here quickly." So Rick is still, just saying, "You know what? I'm not making the decisions anymore. I'm just going to come along with you guys, whatever you do, Dale." So, Dale just says, "Alright, okay." Maggie is still very upset over Hershel's death because she's lost her entire family now. It's kind of sad. So, everyone's packing up and heading out. Rick tells Carl, we're going to watch these people. If they do anything, you tell me, alright? And we'll leave immediately, okay? I'm not going to risk losing you too, okay? Wherever you want to go, I'll follow you, alright, Carl? So, it's like, you know what? We're going to be serious about this. So, Michonne is going to be in the same car with Rick and Carl. They're heading out and heading to Washington, D.C., which will take a pretty long while. So, heading out. So, we met a couple new characters. That's pretty interesting. Pretty cool. And they're heading to Washington, D.C. So, a new objective, a new place for our characters to go. Dale and Andrea seem to... well, Dale just wants to find one place with Andrea and just stay there and be safe in one single place. He wanted to stay at the farm, but they couldn't. So, alright. So, very interesting volume. Very calming down and different. And that's pretty much it. So, Volume 10 will be out soon. See you guys later. Bye.